In this film, Seyit Onbaşı is at your age. Do you want to be friend with him? Friends, I am Seyit Ali Çabuk. I am known by the names Koca Seyit and Seyit Corporal. I am one of the soldiers who changed the course of the Canakkale War. I am the hero of Canakkale, who carried a 215-kilogram artillery shell alone and sank huge armoured battleship. Would you like to know me better? I was born in September 1889. I grew up in Çamlık village of Havran district of Balıkesir. Havran was a charming town famous for its olives and olive oil, which I think you all love very much. My village was roadless and landless. The years I lived were years of poverty. I say years of poverty, but I don't want to be misunderstood. Food and drink were not plentiful, but there was a lot of love, hope and happiness inside us. My mother's name was Emine. My father's name was Abdurrahman. My mother was the most loved and valued woman in our village. My father was a very cheerful person. My family was engaged in farming. My childhood was a time of joy and love with my mother, father and siblings. Our biggest fun with my siblings was to study and help our family. It was so fun to watch the crops planted by our parents ripen day by day and to collect them when they matured. So let me tell you about this fun. When the day of harvesting came, our family started the day early and set off for the field with the white sacks we took with us. The whole family would start harvesting the crops together. What were there? Tomatoes, olives, bunches of grapes. The most fun part of collecting was taking big bites of these fresh vegetables and fruits. I grew up happily as the days passed. I decided to join the army. In 1909, when I was 20, I joined the Ottoman army. In 1912, the Balkan Wars began. This war was taking place in the Balkans, and my country was fighting against 4 states. I heard it was a tough battle. One of the most important things I learned from my family since I was a kid was to always help those in need. This time, it was my homeland in question. I immediately joined the Balkan Wars and fought the enemy. Meanwhile, a great war broke out in the world. It's called the First World War, they said. We did not want to participate in this war, but then the enemy kicked down our door. War was now inevitable. I also started my duty as an artilleryman in the Dardanelles front. Guys, the Dardanelles front was such a front that it would determine both the course of the war and the future of the country. With a handful of Mehmetçik under the command of Mustafa Kemal Pasha, we fought the enemy in this war at the cost of our lives. I received the title of corporal, thanks to my achievements on this front. Now let me tell you how I got this title. On March 18, 1915, the enemy navy attacked to cross the Dardanelles. The war was going at full steam with intense fire of our artillery and mines led by our Nusret mine ship. The enemy was also responding to us with heavy artillery fire. In one of these cannon shots, the bullet-lifting crane of the cannon in our bastion was shattered. We were racing against time. We had to do something right away. Without hesitation, I carried the 215 kilograms cannonballs on my back and placed them in the cannon nest. This bollard was almost equal to the weight of an adult sweet brown bear. I did light damage to the enemy battleship with my first shot. You can do better, I said to myself, and threw it again. It didn't happen again. There was no stopping, nor giving up. I took a deep breath and immediately fired my third shot. And guess what? With this third shot, the enemy battleship suffered great damage. I succeeded. I was so happy that I did not know what to do with happiness. That's not all. The enemy battleship, which hit one of the mines led by our Nusret mine ship, was capsized and sank in a short time. Children, this ship which sank was the largest and most powerful warship of the enemy. With the sinking of the ship, the enemy fleet left Dardanelles. I was given the title of corporal for this effort. Just one day after the war, something happened that would surprise me. They asked me to take the cannonball I was carrying on my back again. They were going to take a picture of me carrying the bullet. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't lift the bullet I had lifted with the strength of being able to save my homeland in the war. And I said, if there will be war again, I will lift it again. After the war, I returned to my village with great pride. I got married, had children, and worked in forestry in my village. Due to my success at the front, the name of the village I lived in changed. It became the village of Seyit. If you pass by Balıkesir, do not forget to visit my village, okay? While spending days with my family in my village, I learned that one day Mustafa Kemal Pasha would come to Havran. I went to him right away. He was very happy to see me and congratulated me on my successes at the front. When the surname law enacted, I was given the surname Çabuk. I was so proud, guys, I wouldn't trade that pride for anything in my life. I don't know if you noticed, there was one very important thing that made me successful. Not giving up. I fired 3 cannons at the enemy's ship and was unsuccessful in that first 2. If I had given up here and tried one more time, I wouldn't have had that wonderful feeling of success. Dear children, there are challenges in life as well as beauties. It is very important not to give up when faced with difficulties. Try it patiently. Don't give up. And don't forget to help people, your country. In short, anyone who needs help, okay? I greet you all with love.